Hey guys, here we are, day 2 of our Disney vacation. This is what happened to us at Magic Kingdom. And I'm sorry if it sounds a little weird. I didn't realize how long my original description was going to be, or recap of my trip was going to be, when I first made the video. The video ended up being like an hour and a half long, and I didn't think anybody really wanted to sit through all that. And that way you can find each individual park as you were looking for it. So here's Magic Kingdom. And the next day, we wake up and it's Magic Kingdom Day. I was so excited. I was so excited to see the new castle, and there's so many rides my son can go on. And we're ready to go. I'm up early. We're talking like the park opens at 9 and I'm up by 6:30. I'm ready to go. We get our bags packed. We get in the car. We drive to the park. The first line of the day, waiting for parking. Remember, we went to Animal Kingdom late, so we did not have to wait for parking that day. So we're waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and we upgrade to preferred and we go to get parked. And then I realized, like, I knew this, okay? I knew this because I watched all the videos and I heard all the stories. But for some reason, my brain did not register that I'm parking in a parking lot to ride either the ferry or the monorail to get to the park. And like, my brain did not register that. So that was fun. We waited for the monorail, and my son liked going on it. He's, ooh, just drinking his little juice and watching everything go by. And we got into the park, and first things first, we always got to do a diaper change. And we ended up missing. They had all the characters up on the thing, and it was great. I mean, the bathrooms there are great. I know that's a weird thing to say, but oh my gosh, I never had an issue finding a changing table, which I have my own personal vendetta against any place you stop at a drive down because nobody has a changing table. I changed that poor little boy's diaper more times in the car than I can count. More times in the car this one trip than I ever did his entire life. Because nobody had a changing table. We were literally told at the Wawa, right by Disney Springs, that they're a liability. They cannot have a changing table in the bathroom because they're a liability. Okay, but like, your dirty floor is also a liability to me. So, anyway, sorry about my tangent. So we get his diaper changed and we head in the park, and as soon as we get down Main Street, which is gorgeous but busy, I see the castle in all her glory, and she is gorgeous. I don't care what anybody says about the colors. I didn't look at the old colors. I don't remember the old colors. I know it was like blue, but she's pretty. She's a pretty girl. So we started going, and we walked around the hub a little bit and started heading towards, Tomorrowland. That's where we went, Tomorrowland. I had the decision that I was going to start on one end. So say we went Animal Kingdom, we went to Dinosaur first, and then work my way around, or Dinosaur was that way, and work our way around this way to come to Pandora and come out. I decided to go the same route when we went to Magic Kingdom. So we head into Tomorrowland, and I'm like, I'm going to ride Space Mountain first thing. I'm going to get on that. There's going to be no line. It's going to be great. And on the way to the stroller parking, I'm like, ooh, Buzz Lightyear. Yeah, Buzz Lightyear was a walk-on. So, of course, we went on that first because he could. And it was amazing. He loved it. He's sitting there smiling the whole time. And I beat my husband when it came to his, to the scores. I beat him. He didn't realize I was controlling. He had the baby in one arm and he's shooting with the other one. And I was controlling the spinning and the shooting. And yeah, I won. So we stopped there and we got him one of those little alien remixes in the exit, in the gift shop on the exit. And it was a little alien dressed up like Buzz Lightyear, and he loves it. He played with that thing the whole trip. So from there we started heading, okay, we're going to go to the Space Mountain now. Going to go get in the, Astro Orbiter. And there was nobody there. We literally walked straight on the elevator. It was great. Got on the elevator, got upstairs, went on the ride, and my son, again, loved it. Like I said, we learned really fast that he loves those spinny rides. He liked it even better when it was up high. Hi, buddy! Hi! So we went on Astro Orbiter, and when that one was over, Okay, now we're really getting in line for Space Mountain. I promise. We're doing it. Just go to get in the line, and it's loop-de-looped and wrapped around and everything all the way back to Tomorrowland Speedway. Okay, that's a thing. Whatever. I get in line for it. Okay, we're standing there all together, and my husband looks at, ooh, what's that? It was the Tomorrowland Speedway. And my son is 32 inches, so he's able to go on it. I said, it's kind of like race cars. Do you want to go on it with him? Knowing I've watched, all years and everything like that, I've seen Molly wreck herself driving that car. I was not going on it. So he's like, yeah, sure. He had fun. I mean, my son was like, pretty much all of his reactions were, whoo. Unless he actually said something. But he spent most of the trip like this because he's teething. So he had his hands in his mouth almost the entire time. But my husband and my son went on that. I got a couple cute pictures of them riding it. And I waited in line for Space Mountain. It was a very long wait. I think it was posted at a 45-minute wait, but I'm 90% sure it was more like a 60-minute wait. So I don't know if they upped it right after we got in line or something. So they did that. I was waiting in line. I got all the way to right before it starts the actual maze part, like the rat maze part next to the bathrooms behind Buzz Lightyear. I don't know. That's kind of like where I was trying to tell my husband to meet me. But I got all the way back there before they got off the ride, and then we swapped, and he waited the rest of the way in line, and I went and waited with the baby to do rider swap. And again, that was when we realized we actually have to go find the person at the beginning of the line and do the rider swap from the beginning and not have to both wait in line the whole time. So we did Space Mountain, and then we're like, yes, okay, awesome, we're hungry. I didn't have a lot of breakfast. I think we ate a waffle each that morning, like an Eggo, and it's probably already an hour and a half into being at the park, which we got to the park an hour early every single day. Every single day we got to the park an hour early, except for Animal Kingdom, and it was fine. I mean, we didn't have any issues at all. But we got a lot done in that first hour, and I think it's beneficial to do it, especially if you have a little one that's going to nap and you're going to lose part of your day. So we went from Space Mountain into, I know it's not Fantasyland, or maybe it is Fantasyland. It's where the carousel and the Mad Tea Party is. So we went and we started walking towards that, and we keep seeing this line for Seven Dwarfs, and it was only at like a 85 minute wait all day, but that line just never ended. And we ended up finding out it wrapped completely around Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Like the entire ride system, it wrapped completely around it. And that was insane to me. I mean, we did Dumbo, we did Little Mermaid, we did a snack and everything like that, and the guy is still basically standing in the exact same spot because no matter how many people they get on and off that ride, there's more people getting in the line and in the line and in the line. So we went on the Tea Party, and then we did Winnie the Pooh. And because we only did Winnie the Pooh because we were getting ready to go get food, and we had to do a diaper change before we could do that. And as we're waiting in line as my husband's changing the diaper, I see the line for Winnie the Pooh, and it's like a 25-minute wait, but it was wrapped all the way back around next to the bathroom. So we hopped in that line real quick. I ended up putting my son in the baby carrier for that one because I knew he was getting a little tired and everything like that. And he passed out before we even got to the inside part of the queue. He was knocked out. He was tired. He was done. So he slept through the entire Winnie the Pooh ride. And then we went to, I want to call it Friar's Nook for lunch. My husband got the buffalo chicken tots, and I got the mac and cheese tots, and he also got the bratwurst. And it was really good. Those mac and cheese tots, the loaded mac and cheese tots, they were so good. That was some of the best mac and cheese I think I've ever had. And I mean, I'm not a mac and cheese connoisseur or anything like that. I'm usually like Aldi's Brand Craft or something, or Aldi's Velveeta is where it's at. But it was really good. I really, really enjoyed it. And I didn't think I would like it because I wasn't sure how I'd feel about sour cream on mac and cheese. But get a bite with everything in it. It was so good. And so we finished up lunch there, and literally as we're getting ready to move out, because the tables are a hot commodity to come by, like I said, he had fallen asleep in the baby carrier, so I kind of just like took it off and laid him in the stroller, so he's not really like buckled up or anything. So we're trying not to move too much, but we wanted to get moving a little bit so somebody else could have the table. He woke up, so he had a little bit of tater tots right before we moved on, and we went to Dumbo then. And again, he loved it, and he rode with Daddy in the baby carrier on that one. And then he's just, I actually have a video of them together on it, and it's so cute. I sent it to my mom because they stayed up here, and she was at work that day, and she's just, my heart melted. Hi, buddy! Benji! Hi, buddy! So we went to Dumbo, and then from there we went right over to Little Mermaid, which was probably my favorite ride of the whole trip. I know that sounds silly. I know there's tons of wonderful rides and everything like that, but it was so immersive, and it was something my son recognized. We watched Little Mermaid. We watched tons of, okay, not my favorite ride. We watched Frozen more, and he loved that one way more. But my favorite ride of Magic Kingdom for sure. And he's just, like the fingers came out of the mouth and everything, and he's just, the whole time. And my husband and I were just overjoyed with how much fun he was having. From there, we went over to Gaston's Tavern, and I got the LeFou's brew. I have a dear friend who is in love with Beauty and the Beast, and we actually lost our beer guest reservation in that glitch that happened, so we weren't able to go into the Beast Castle. But I got her a LeFou's brew mug, and we tried the Enchanted Tower Christmas treat. Yeah, the Belle's Enchanted Christmas treat. There we go. That one was really good. My husband ate most of it, but the cookie part was so good. And the LeFou's brew was, I mean, it's probably a miss for me. I really liked the frozen apple juice part, because what's not to like about frozen apple juice? But I could have done without the weird foamy yuck. I just didn't like it, especially since I had a paper straw on it, and I'm a huge hater of paper straws. Like, I'm all for the environment and everything like that, but like, just reuse a metal or silicone straw. You don't have to use single-serve plastics, but you definitely don't need a paper straw, because that's just so squishy. Yeah, it was not a good moment. So from there, we went over and we saw Peter Pan and It's a Small World. And I'm looking at these lines, and they are huge. They are like crisscrossed inside the buildings. They are all the way down. It's like the It's a Small World line went through the entire tangled little area, and Peter Pan line was like triple wrapped in front of the building. It was insane. It was insane. And then all the strollers over there, it was crazy. So we looked at the wait times, and they were both 60 minutes. So we decided to hop on Peter Pan, because, I mean, if I'm going to do one of them, I would much rather do Peter Pan than It's a Small World After All. So we did Peter Pan, and my husband really enjoyed it. My son really enjoyed it. And it was probably about a 40-minute wait. It was listed at 60, and I think it was only 40. So it was really nice. It was fun to see, and I actually don't remember ever going on that before. I'm sure I had when I was little, but I don't actually remember it. So it was great for me. And I believe that was the last ride we did. Because I'm trying to think. From there, it was hot. He was tired. So we went and we got some ice cream. Not ice cream, popsicles. I was going to go get some Dole Whip, but it wasn't close. So we got those little fruit pops, and we got my son a Mickey sandwich. And we're waiting. It's like we're at the concession cart directly next to Haunted Mansion. And Haunted Mansion was closed all day. And it opened up while we're sitting there. But we're not going to okay, sorry, gotta go. Not going to eat your ice cream now, because it's not going to hold while we're in the line. So we waited and we waited, and he ate his ice cream, and he made sure he took every possible second to do it. In Haunted Mansion went from closed to a 5-minute wait to a 15-minute wait to a 55-minute wait. And that line went so far. So we decided to skip it. We're going to go back again, so we'll ride it then. Because I want to do Haunted Mansion. I think it's a great ride. But I was not waiting 55 minutes after just getting out of waiting for Peter Pan for 40 minutes, and he was a little cranky and he needed another nap, but he wouldn't nap. Well, again, we'd been at the park since 8 o'clock. It's probably about 5 o'clock now. We originally had reservations for Skipper's Canteen on that day as well, but we decided to cancel it the day before. But we like doing the sit-down restaurants, like the mobile orders and not the sit-down, the quick service restaurants, the mobile orders, and just to be able to walk up and order our food and just find a spot. We didn't want to have to like block out our time. Plus, we had made the decision to spend the extra money on parking, so we really didn't need to spend another, $50, $60, $80 on a dinner. We went from back where Haunted Mansion is up towards the other mountains, Splash and Big Thunder and, Jungle Cruise and Aladdin and all that. And just everything was a longer wait, and we just didn't want to really wait around anymore. We're both tired, and he was cranky. So we stopped at Pecos Bill, and that was another huge miss for us. Everyone loves Pecos Bill, but it was gross. I didn't eat my food. Like, the rice was squishy and gross, and the chicken was gross, and my husband got a bacon cheeseburger, and he said even that was gross. I will not eat there again, and I know that's probably an unpopular opinion, but it's just, it was gross. I can't help it. I'm sorry. So we went and we moved on and kept moving and grooving, and we make it back to the hub, and I realized we haven't stopped at any other rides. Everything's like 45 minutes or 60 minutes, or even the Magic Carpets Aladdin was at a 30-minute wait. And I think it's because a lot of people did the same thing we did. They started at one end and they worked their way around, and if you're not waiting on a toddler or, slow people like me, you probably make it a lot faster. I mean, the waits were not bad. I've looked at wait times when we originally planned our trip back last January, and even like January, February, the wait times were way higher than they were when we just went. I mean, it's no July. We're never going to get July wait times back, and I really wish I would have gone then, but it was hot. I wasn't going. We made it back to the hub, and kind of wanted to just sit down. Hadn't seen any cavalcades all day. I was kind of mad about that. I just wanted to see a cavalcade. I wanted to see Mickey. I wanted to see the princesses. I didn't even see, like, Pooh and Tigger and them. So we found a little spot in the hub, and, what do you know? Here comes Santa Claus. Look, buddy. Look, it's Mickey and Minnie.
All of our friends are here.
Look at them.
That's what makes the holidays.
Hung out. My husband went and found a balloon, got some more popcorn, and we figured out quickly that little popcorn bucket there does not like our stroller. He's sitting on there, and all of a sudden he just kamikazes himself onto the ground. I don't know if we had a bad clip, but we decided from there on, I really wanted the alien one anyway. We were going to buy a different popcorn bucket and go from there. So we stayed at the park until the castle lit up, and I'm watching, and I'm like, I kind of would have preferred Christmas lights. I'm a Christmas lights person. I don't know. The projections are gorgeous. I loved it. But part of me going to Disney at Christmas time for the first time ever, mind you, was that I really wanted to see those beautiful Christmas lights on the tree, on the castle, because I speak English. I was a little disappointed. I knew they weren't going to be there, but I think they would have been better. The projections aren't bad. I'm not mad at it. But I wouldn't have waited around so long for such an anticlimactic, like, fairy sprinkle and suddenly it's projected. And I know it's probably just what it looks like, but I don't know. It wasn't it for me. And we're gonna go. We decided we're gonna go then. We start walking down Main Street. I'm gonna go to the Emporium because I wanted to buy stuff. I mean, you're at Disney, you gotta buy stuff. And I'm walking. I'm getting ready to cross the road to go to the Emporium. And I look over to my left and I see the lady doing the silhouettes. And that's something I really wanted. So I got a silhouette of my son done, and I don't know where I put it. I know it's here somewhere. I'm pretty sure it's in my closet because we're hopefully going to be moving soon. So I wasn't going to find a spot for it on the wall just to take it back down and move. Yeah, I mean, that's just how it is. So it's gorgeous. But the next day that night, sorry. We drove. We did preferred parking. We had a great spot. There was nobody directing people. So, no, that was Epcot. We still had a great spot. It was a little farther down than I thought preferred would have been, but it's still in front. So, we got a good spot. We got off the monorail. We had wonderful people in our monorail with us. Because in case you didn't know, they're doing 2 parties per monorail, depending on your party size. We're a party of 3, and there was a party of 2 with us. And they were great. The little lady there was talking to my son and smiling at him. And the gentleman that she was with, he seemed to know a lot about Disney. So like when we were going, we obviously took a different route from the TCC. Okay, so we took a different route when we came in from TCC. We went through the Contemporary into Magic Kingdom. When we left, we went by the Poly and the other stuff, and I didn't know what it was, and he was explaining it to me, and it was great. I mean, they looked so pretty at night. And we got home, and we went to the pool for a little bit, but even though it was 70, it was just cold. It was cold for my son. Unless he was completely, like, up to here submerged in water, which he doesn't like, so we didn't stay long at the pool, but it definitely helped. If you have a chance to go take a little dip after the parks, that little weightlessness there, it was so good on your feet. We went the next day to Disney Springs, and it was our anniversary. It was our 4-year wedding anniversary, and we were so excited. We headed into Disney Springs pretty early in the morning, and we stayed pretty late. Yeah, I mean, we got there around a little bit before lunchtime. So, I mean, they open at 10, so it's kind of early. And we went to Chicken Guy's because we love Guy Fieri. I'd marry him if I wasn't already married. And he wasn't already married. I love him. So we went to Chicken Guy's, and that was great. But they had not a lot of tables with shade. So it is the warmest day thus far on Wednesday. And they have, like, some of the shades, but you have, like, one person sitting there. And, like, I'm all for it. You know, you got there first. That is fine. But you have no seating inside. More than half the tables are not available because of COVID, which I understand. But I'm here with my baby, with my stroller, and he's crying and he's hot, and we just want to sit down and eat. And it was not a good experience. And I'm sitting there in front of we're like almost next to the door up against the building, and I had taken his fan out and put it on the table. And the little shade that we were getting from the stroller onto the table, it was still overheating. Like the fan itself felt so hot. And my son is just red and miserable. So we didn't stay very long. We ended up taking his chicken fingers to go because we're just walking around and he could eat. I mean, he probably shouldn't have because the rule is don't eat and walk. But he's a toddler. I really didn't think anyone was going to yell at him. So, and they didn't. But we mostly just shopped that day. We did the Christmas tree stroll, and it was super cute, and I loved all the trees. And we went into a few shops, and we went to World of Disney, which if you see a sign saying about the virtual queue for World of Disney, whether or not you're 100% sure going to go in, sign up for it. I got my notification to go into World of Disney before I even made it around the building to find the line. And there's a line of people waiting to get in, so it was kind of great because I didn't have to wait. I was felt like a VIP. I was, hi, thanks. So we went into World of Disney, bought some gifts for the family. And from there, we went to the Disney Photo Pass place in Disney Springs. And then we were kind of just done. We're tired. We didn't want to be there anymore. We went home and we had, I think, Chinese food for dinner that night. We either had Chinese food or we had, food delivered from the resort. I DoorDashed Chinese food one night from Citrus Breeze, I believe it was called, and it was good. It wasn't the best I've ever had, but it wasn't like a total waste of money, which Joy Walk here in Indiana, I'm talking to you. You are terrible. Terrible. But, I mean, it wasn't bad. And we also got pizza from our resort one night, and it was good, but it's wood-fired pizza, and it shouldn't have been soggy, in my opinion. I had really good wood-fired pizza as a kid in Connecticut, and I don't know. If you tell me your pizza's wood-fired, I'm not going to expect a soggy crust. I'm going to expect that nice crisp. And so it was disappointing in that aspect. But the toppings were really good. And then we also got burgers delivered from the resort one night. So, I don't remember what we ate. It was a while ago. Alright guys, that was Magic Kingdom and our rest day. Sorry about the weird video here. My ending clip got a little corrupted. So I'm just going to throw in some pictures from our Magic Kingdom foods, things like that. Just random pictures I got. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.